I always love when I see titles like this on articles. 3 free agents Bengals could target after the 2024 NFL Draft. Because it's just like, okay, I mean, is there any real reasoning why we should target these guys? Or are these just 3 free agents that are available and you're like, hey, listen, Bengals could target free agents, that could be these guys. Reality wise, we're not going to target anyone until after June 1st because June 1st is going to be a massive second wave of free agency. That's when the second wave of free agency happens on June 1st. So we're not going to target any of the guys probably listed in this, but I'm still going to hear it out because I still want to see who they have. And let's just see. Maybe it could surprise me. Number 1, I'm done. 37, going to be 38-year-old, Calais Campbell. Why do we need a 38-year-old Calais Campbell? I mean, listen, leadership, I get it, but we still have Trey Hendrickson, we still have Sam Hubbard, we still have Miles Murphy behind both of them, Joseph Aside behind both of them as well. There's no way that Calais Campbell would help us. How? Campbell has played on the defensive end, or both ends of the line, so he could slot in whenever the Bengals felt like they needed him more. Yeah, but he's 38 years old. I get it, Calais Campbell is more or less like an age-old wonder. Played for the Ravens, Jags, and he played for the Falcons. More recently, the Falcons. But at some point, he's 38 years old this upcoming season. It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. And I get it. He still has some football left in him. And, God bless him for that. But, I mean, at some age, Calais, you got to retire, man. And I don't like the idea of us going out there having to pay at least veteran minimum for him. And picking him up and seeing what he can do for us. I mean, and I'm going to put a long, fat if here, because he's been in the league since 2008, okay? And he's not a kicker or a punter. Kicker or punter, that's kind of normal. But if he would take league minimum, and we just bring him in as more or less like a coach, and less of an actual, a player, just like as a coach, a rotation guy, maybe. But, again, I was talking about this last year, where I was like, last offseason, they could potentially pick him up. That was when he was 36. Now he's going to be 38. I can't see the real upside of picking up a 38-year-old pass rusher. I mean, other than veteran leadership, but we don't have a young defensive line. We don't. Sheldon Rankins is not young. He's 30 years old. B.J. Hill's not young. Trey Hendrickson's not young. Sam Hubbard's not young. Joseph Asai, yeah, he's a little bit younger. And then obviously Miles Murphy coming off a rookie year. But I don't really think we need that veteran leadership that we would go out there and spend the money to pick him up. Number 2, Connor Williams. Now, this is not a bad option. I don't think Connor Williams... So Connor Williams is a guy I've been talking about potentially. He played for Buffalo, Miami. And did he... Okay, I know damn straight he played for Buffalo too. No, he didn't. He played for Miami and Dallas. I thought he played for Buffalo. I'm thinking about someone else then. But I'm perfectly okay with picking him up. I have no issue with this at all. We're not trying to praise Teddy K, but if he does work out and he's very successful, it's very possible you move Teddy K to left guard, where he played in New England, and then you just have Connor Williams as your new center. I think this is a perfect W signing. I think this would be a great signing for us. I didn't know he was a free agent, though. That's one thing I will say, is I didn't realize that he was a free agent. Unless I completely overlooked him, which I might have. Yeah, drafted. No, it says he's currently on the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember him, because if he was a free agent, I would have been the first person to scream on video and say we should pick him up, like I did with Trent Brown. No, he is a free agent then. He's not on the Miami Dolphins roster. Okay. Let me look at free agency. Because I did not realize that Connor Williams was available. Unless they recently cut him. I guess they recently cut him because he's not even updated on the website on Pro Football Reference. And that's usually always up to date. Let's see. Center. Yeah, no, he's available. He right now is available to get signed. And I mean, if it's $8.3 million, I would take that any day of the week. Not really good pass blocker, though. Really good run blocker. Not really good pass blocker. But, I mean, maybe put him in a situation where he can, thrive. Yeah, he's pretty bad pass blocker. The last year, at least. Over his career, he's been kind of ups and downs. Started off really awful in the pass blocking department. Got really good in the run blocking department. So, I wouldn't be against the idea of picking him up. I didn't realize he was a free agent, though. So, I mean, for the right price, I would say yes to that for the right price. And the last guy is Tyler Boyd. Well, what's funny is that Tyler Boyd probably not going to be a guy we pick up because of this right here. Free agent Tyler Boyd was in LA this week meeting with the Chargers and will also head to the Titans later this week. Market should heat up for Boyd, who has 513 catches and 6,000 yards over 8 seasons in Cincinnati. So, yeah, it's very possible he ends up getting signed somewhere, and it's very possible, those two teams could be the teams to sign him. At the end of the day, I was kind of thinking they wouldn't, just because of the fact that I would think teams would wait for June 1st, but I mean, teams know more than I do, so maybe there aren't any real good slot receivers or regular receivers getting cut in June 1st, so you kind of just go for the option available here. Especially when it comes to free agency, there are a lot of great receivers. And keep in mind, it doesn't mean that any of these teams will sign Tyler Boyd. If Tyler Boyd's still asking for what he was asking for before, they're probably not going to sign him anyway, but let's just kind of play devil's advocate here. Slot receiver-wise, you got Hunter Renfrow, Alvin Robinson, Odell Beckham's not really a slot receiver, he's an outside guy. Slant man, you got Tyler Boyd, MVS, who's an outside guy, Russell Gage, who's more of a slot outside, he can kind of play both. Zay Jones, who just recently got cut, DJ Chark. Yeah, I guess out of the options available, he is definitely up there on the list. But we'll see how it ends up working out. I love how the second team interested in him is Tennessee. Literally, the team that Brian Callahan went to is interested in picking him up, which I find absolutely hilarious. But again, the only way we pick him up is for almost league minimum. And now the fact that we bought in Jermaine Burton, I don't think we're going to bring back in him at all. Because we drafted a slot tight end. We have a tight end who's a slot guy. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.